world, there's a smell we'll all recognize, even if we never talk about it. A soft, musty scent that hangs in the air in nursing homes, in the bedrooms of elderly relatives, or clings to an old coat tucked away in a closet for too long. Some call it the old person smell, but here's the truth: this isn't just about age. It's not some natural decay of dignity that comes with growing older. It's about biology, lifestyle, and more importantly, hygiene. The comforting news: that smell can be reduced almost entirely just by paying attention to places that most people forget to clean. In this video, we're going to dive deep room by room, skinfold by skinfold into the causes of this odor, the hidden areas it lives in, and the practical ways to eliminate it. Because no one deserves to be defined by a smell. And no senior should ever feel ashamed of something that can be changed with just a little care. Passage 2. Let's start with the science. The scent that people often associate with aging is largely caused by a compound called 2-nonenal. This chemical starts to be produced in our bodies as we age, often beginning in our 40s, and it has a very distinct, greasy, cardboard-like scent. It's created when omega-7 fatty acids on our skin oxidize, and unfortunately, this compound is stubborn. It doesn't wash off easily with regular soap and water, and over time it builds up not only on the skin, but also on clothes, linens, furniture, and carpets. Now, this isn't something to be ashamed of. It's a part of the body's natural process of aging. But when you combine this with reduced mobility, less frequent bathing, dry skin, and closed-off environments, the smell can become noticeable and persistent. But that's where our journey begins, because understanding the cause gives us power to fight it. Passage 3. Think for a moment about the bedroom of someone who spends most of their time resting, napping, or sitting quietly. The mattress becomes a sponge, not just for comfort, but for sweat, skin oils, and microscopic flakes of skin that fall off every day. These collect over time, embedding deep into the fabric. Pillows absorb the oils from our scalp and face, while blankets and sheets trap that same scent, unless they're cleaned regularly with hot water and enzyme-based detergents. Add to that poor ventilation windows that stay shut most of the day, curtains that haven't been washed in months, closets filled with old coats and unused shoes, and it becomes a perfect recipe for an enclosed, musty atmosphere. The scent becomes trapped, layered, and difficult to shake unless we know exactly where to look. Passage 4. The bathroom, while designed for cleanliness, can be a secret contributor to body odor if it's not cleaned with intention. The underside of the toilet seat, the base of the toilet where moisture collects, the dark corners around faucets, these are places where bacteria thrive. And let's not forget the shower area. Old washcloths, sponges, and even shower curtain liners can harbor mildew and mold. Seniors who struggle with mobility might not be able to bend over and scrub those places. And because we tend to focus on the parts we can see, the real causes of odor, those neglected edges and corners, are left to grow. Over time, the bathroom becomes a source of smell instead of a refuge from it. A place meant for renewal becomes a silent contributor to the very problem we're trying to solve. Passage 5. But perhaps the most overlooked areas of all are found on the body itself, areas that we forget to clean, or don't clean well enough. The back of the ears, for instance, where skin folds and oils accumulate. The navel, a small pocket where sweat and skin cells can gather unnoticed. The groin area, the folds beneath the belly, beneath the breasts, between the toes, these are all places where moisture, heat, and bacteria create a perfect storm for odor. And when someone is aging, when the skin becomes thinner, more fragile, and less able to regenerate quickly, these zones become even more critical to clean. Not with harsh chemicals, but with gentle, consistent care. A soft cloth, a warm wash, a bit of patience. These tiny details are where dignity is preserved and where that lingering scent begins to disappear. Passage 6. So how do we fight back? We start by building a daily and weekly cleaning routine, not overwhelming, but intentional. Every day, the underarms, feet, groin, and face should be gently cleaned with a warm, damp cloth, even if a full bath isn't possible. Deodorizing body wipes made for sensitive skin can help. Clothes, especially undergarments and socks, should be changed daily. Every week, sheets and pillowcases should be washed in hot water. The mattress can be sprayed with a mix of vinegar and water, or treated with baking soda and vacuumed to lift away odors. And don't forget to open windows. Fresh air does more than refresh the room, it helps break down the buildup of odor that lingers in still air. These small habits create an environment where freshness thrives and shame dies. Passage 7. But the internal environment matters too. What we eat affects how we smell. Seniors often take medications that change the scent of their sweat, breath, and urine. Diets heavy in processed foods, red meat, sugar, or spices can worsen body odor. On the other hand, green leafy vegetables, water-rich fruits like watermelon and cucumber, and chlorophyll-rich herbs like parsley and cilantro can naturally neutralize odor from within. Hydration is critical. A dry mouth, dry skin, and constipation can all contribute to an internal sense of stagnation that comes out in how we smell. Supplements like chlorophyllin or zinc under medical advice can also be helpful. Because sometimes, the solution isn't just what we scrub on the outside. It's what we nourish ourselves with inside. Passage 8. There are also products that help when used correctly. Activated charcoal soaps can gently dry out toxins and odor without drying the skin. Antibacterial body washes, especially ones made with tea tree or eucalyptus, can clean without being too harsh. Fragrance-free moisturizers keep skin healthy without trying to mask odor. And when it comes to laundry, enzyme-based detergents break down the oils and biological matter that traditional detergents miss. For rooms, diffusers with essential oils like lemon or lavender not only freshen the air, they bring a sense of peace and wellness. But the goal isn't to cover up, it's to clean deep, to refresh. To allow the natural, clean scent of skin and space to breathe again. Passage 9. If you're a caregiver, this conversation becomes even more tender. It's easy for someone to feel embarrassed or hurt if you tell them their home or body smells. But it doesn't have to be that way. Approach the issue with love, with patience, with gentleness. Offer to do laundry together. Suggest cleaning routines as a shared activity. Gift soaps and lotions as thoughtful presents, not corrections. The way we help those we care for determines how they feel about themselves. We're not just cleaning a house, we're preserving dignity. We're reminding someone that they matter, that their presence clean, fresh, and proud is something we value deeply. Passage 10. But in some cases, smell can be a warning. A sudden change in body odor can signal a medical issue like uncontrolled diabetes, kidney or liver problems, or infections. A sweet, fruity odor from the breath can point to diabetic ketoacidosis. An ammonia-like smell might indicate kidney troubles. Fungal infections, especially in skin folds or under the nails, can create powerful odors that won't go away with surface cleaning. If you notice these signs, it's not a time for soap, it's a time for a doctor. Because our bodies often speak to us in subtle ways. And odor is one of the ways they cry for help. Passage 11. In the end, the smell we associate with old age isn't a curse. It's a clue that some spaces have been forgotten. That some routines need reviving. That some tenderness is missing. But the good news, the most empowering truth is that with care, attention, and respect, that smell doesn't have to be part of growing older. It's not a fate written into the body, it's a signal waiting for a response. So clean the corners, wash the folds, open the windows. And remind our elders, and ourselves, that cleanliness is not just about looking good or smelling better, it's about preserving the quiet dignity that every human being deserves.